Okay, so remember that they're changing my voice. Now, this video is important. It is about making love versus having sex, and this is extremely important, so don't you dare stop watching it. Now, when we look at Greek societies, Eros is a deity of lust. The word lust is the word slut scrambled. Now, we know the scribes were up to no good. They were bad guys, so we can't just assume they're right. So let's make sure that that wordplay checks out. The word eros is the word rose scrambled, and the rose was a symbol of a secret and deep, passionate, lust-filled, Greek-themed so-called love, which is the devil, right? The devil counterfeits, as they say, he counterfeits God's work, right? He tries to fool you. He's a deceiver. He's a trickster. He's a liar. So let me just prove my point really fast here. When you're young, before you go to puberty, you probably had a crush on a girl or something, and you probably weren't thinking about having sex with her. So it was a more innocent kind of crush where something about her got your attention. As you get older, if you manage to conquer erotic desire, you think with your heart, you want to pour out your heart to a beautiful woman, a woman who is beautiful to you. And then you want to make love to her. Now, I don't want to get too much into detail, but this is a key part in proving my point. So imagine a woman with perfect skin, a perfect look. She looks exactly like you want her to look. And instead of focusing on her sexually, you're focusing on the fact that you just are in love with her. You're just so happy and blessed and grateful that you have a moment where you're about to make love to her. Okay? The clothes come off and you see things a certain way. You see things as like a natural kind of romantic beauty type of body, right? Her body is like this beautiful divine vessel. Well, the guy who thinks in terms of erotic desire doesn't think that way. He sees people like Pamela Anderson when she was younger, people in porn and so on and so forth. It's erotic desire. And he's like, oh, I'd like to do this and that to her, right? You see what I'm saying? He thinks like some kind of perv. He's perverting the course of justice because his brain is perverted. He's in the repetition of perversion, and he's probably some worm talking about it's his cultural values. May as well have horns and look like the devil in his typical depictions, saying that it's their cultural values, so magically leave it the way it magically is. Just disgusting. Just disgusting. It's like in the movies where some guy tries to rape a female and she calls him a pig. All right, a disgusting pig is a demon. Right? It's a slime ball, a grease ball. You know? A filthy animal. And this is key here. I'm sure you're going to start seeing that I'm right to say this and to talk about this very soon. When we look at a snake, what does it do? It slithers on the ground. What is the ground? The ground is full of feces and piss, and the birds take a crap, and the animals, and da-da-da-da-da. And the dirt is basically feces, excrement, waste products, what have you. And the snake is slithering in like a lowly worm. The bird is like saying, I'm going to fly away from it. The sun says, I'm going to fly toward the sun. When the sun purifies things like water, he's going to fly high, away from the filth. As they say, heaven is God's throne, earth is his footstool. It's in Isaiah, it's in Acts. Pretty straightforward, right? So the person who thinks with his dick is thinking with the snake. And the snake is so bad that Nebuchadnezzar is described as a snake who swallows the Jewish people whole. And that's when Babylon falls. There comes Nebuchadnezzar. He's a nerd. He's a magician. He's a brute. Who were the Babylonians? They're a bunch of stargazers, a bunch of geeks, dweebs, nerds. Now, I'm not saying if you're a nerd, don't give up on life or something. Scramble and obey God through me and be born again in the kingdom of heaven. It doesn't matter if you're a nerd or not. Everyone's doing the wrong thing. You need to scramble and obey God through me and be changed into something else. And they're going to try to change my voice and make it sound corny. But you know damn well that I'm the top martial artist and there's nothing they can say. They try to sabotage me so you listen to someone else and you listen to them, you're an idiot. Because they have no logical claim that is valid, that is logical and rational in regards to leadership. They're not morally qualified. They don't have the moral qualities. So Eros was a pagan deity of Greek, right? You know, eros, erotic, right? The word eros is in sore loser. It's also scrambled into loser. He loses. He goes to hell. Cupid rhymes with stupid for a reason. It's stupid to be an erotic desire worm. It says in the Bible, if you lust for her in your heart, then you have sinned already. Why? Because you're in the spirit of eros, who is the Antichrist. God is love. Eros is erotic desire. The spirit is everything. The flesh means nothing. Flesh-based desire is filthy. It means nothing. It means sin. It is no good, dirty, low down, rotten, scoundrel, inspired garbage. There's no other way to look at it. You see, Christ is the bridegroom. Why are women rejecting me? Because they choose psychology, because they choose lust, because they choose pettiness, because they choose cowardice. And outside the gates are the cowardly. That's why they're called chicken heads. And I'm not saying all females are chicken heads. But if you don't obey God through me, what are you? You're too scared and you're a chicken. And it's in your brain. It's in your head. You need to rally and obey God through me and be born again. Woe to those who choose erotic desire, lust-filled losers who pervert the course of justice instead of choosing true love, derived from morally precise justice from God. I am the bridegroom. I make marriages valid, not the priest, not the preacher, not your families, not your rebellious brains. You aren't even decent enough to honor God by honoring his son. How can you think you know best in regards to dating and marriage? You don't. You're prostituting yourselves to your stupid opinions and to the stupid paths it takes you to. And Nebuchadnezzar was a king like the beast is said to be a king, and his heads are said to be kings, and the horns are said to be kings. The kings of this world, mere filth. Nimrod was a mighty warrior before the Lord. Nebuchadnezzar was a beta stargazing worm, named after Nebo, a deity of dweebs and dweeb-inspired science. Nebuchadnezzar has swallowed you whole, so to speak, and has thrown you into confusion. Thank you.